Making sure that your draw length fits you individually is another thing that's going to make you a better shot at long distance or short. So be sure to go to your local pro shop and get measured for proper draw length. A draw length too long, you're going to be overextended. Your string is going to hit your bow arm in cold weather. When you're wearing thicker clothing, you're going to have contact with your arm, which is going to cause your arrow to impact differently. Too short a draw length, and you can't get settled in so that you can center in your peep and make that trusted, important, vital shot.
I'm a pediatric dentist in Paducah, Kentucky, and my practice is crazy busy. So every fall I try to take off a couple weeks so that I can go hunt. Hunting's what I love to do, and being out in nature is really calming in like a crazy environment that I'm at, working on kids every day. I've never been elk hunting before. This is the first time I've ever been out west to go elk hunting or any kind of hunting out, and it's something that I've always dreamed to do. Dental school and pediatric dental school, it's a lot of work. It's year-round, so this was my first chance to really get to go out west and chase after some bigger game. So I grew up in western Kentucky. We do have elk in Kentucky, in eastern Kentucky, but it's really hard to draw a tag in Kentucky, so I've always wanted to go out west in the mountains chasing elk. That's hearing that sound, them bugling through the canyons and everything. That's something that I've always wanted to do. I had planned all summer that I was gonna go to New Mexico. I was gonna get a tag, but I put in for Wyoming. And one day I came home to my house and I just opened the mailbox and I had a Wyoming tag too. So I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go, since I actually drew a tag. So it was just a very lucky year to actually get to draw a tag in Wyoming, and I already had New Mexico planned, so I was gonna get a chance to kill 2 elk this year, and I was pretty excited about it.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. E-Ninja Bikes. Excel Sights and Scopes. Black Eagle Arrows, superior carbon technology. True Ball Archery. West Houston Archery. Shrewd Archery, Last Chance Archery, Matthews.
Introducing E-Ninja off-road bikes. Powerful, rechargeable, and affordable, E-Ninja bikes are designed with the outdoorsman in mind. With a 48-volt high-torque motor and 21-gear Shimano transmission, E-Ninja bikes can go almost anywhere. Be the ninja with E-Ninja bikes.
Well, I just got done doing my interview September 19th, but the other guys from this show, they just decided to show up a little bit late like usual, so now we're just waiting on them to get back here so we can get back here and try to actually hunt. They've been having a nice little nap all afternoon.
There they are over there. The old ragtag part of the crew.
Ragtag.
So the New Mexico hunt I was really excited about, because this was my first time to get to hunt with all the guys from the show. I mean, I've hung out with Bill and Jamie and my next door neighbor Ricky, of course, but this was the first time we were all going to get to be in camp together, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of name calling and playing around at camp, around the fire, picking on each other, but you can't beat those types of memories. It was a lot of fun. So my first morning out, I was pretty excited about it. I mean, the bulls were bugling as soon as we got out of the truck, and we actually got on a bull and had him come in pretty close to about 30 or 40 yards.
He's coming, dude. Hey. John. Yes. He's right there.
Basically what we did is we worked our way in, calling at the bull, and got set up, and the bull came in within about 30 or 40 yards. As it worked its way in, I ranged a couple different areas, and unfortunately, like, I thought he was at 30 yards and he was actually at 40 yards. So unfortunately my arrow, I knew as soon as I released the arrow that it hit him a little low. So we decided to come back the next day. When we came back, me and the guide literally probably walked 10, 12 miles. I mean, we've searched that whole valley looking for that elk, and when we never found anything, we were pretty sure that the elk was still around kicking. The funny thing about this whole story is I shot this elk on the first 2 hours of my first day in New Mexico. And it turns out that Jamie shoots the same elk on the last 2 hours on the last day in New Mexico.
Look how big he is. Awesome. We got good penetration. This is my first bull, so I'm super, super, super pumped. He is, God. 6 by 6, awesome. That's what we thought he was. Not quite sure. Super wide, pretty good main beams, nice fronts. This is awesome.
I was really happy that it was a great elk. I'm really happy that we know it was alive, and now that my buddy Jamie actually harvests this elk, it just makes the story even that much sweeter.
Your odor is betraying you. It's ruining your hunt, pressuring your property, and killing your opportunities. This year, let nothing stand between you and your best season ever. Deploy a steady stream of odor-destroying molecules every second of every hour of every hunt with Ozonics. Available only at ozonicshunting.com.
So unfortunately, Ricky and I did not end up getting to take a bull back to Illinois with us. So, but the good news is I still have a tag in Wyoming, and hopefully we can make something happen in Wyoming. So Wyoming and New Mexico are drastically different environments. New Mexico is very arid. I mean, no water at all. Not quite as mountainous, but still pretty steep terrain, kind of rough shale type rock. Wyoming, though, it's really mountainous. I mean, you're pretty high elevations and a lot more trees. They call it the Black Forest for a reason. The first couple of days that we were out there, there was a bull that they saw before I got there called the growler bull. And I mean, this bull did not bugle. He literally would growl. He was probably about a 370, 360 type bull. And it was an awesome first 3 days because every morning, every day, I was on bulls. It was just it was so crazy the amount of bulls that were actually out there.
Finishing up day 2 out here in Wyoming with Bugling Winds Outfitters. We had a great encounter with a big bull that literally growls. He does not bugle like a normal bull, he roars like a red stag. He's an amazing animal. We got really good footage of him, but just couldn't close the deal.
It's day 4 and we literally had we're on horseback coming up the mountain and we hear a bull bugle. So we immediately get off the horses, tie them up, sneak into this spot and call to this bull. And it's like the typical, just like what you dream of when you're elk hunting. I mean, this bull put on a show. He was raking trees, raking the ground, bugling. he was fired up, and it was an awesome sight to see, especially at how close he got to us.
Can you believe that? I drew on that thing 3 times.
Oh my gosh, you all have no idea. This has been the most amazing hunt I've ever been on. I've never been elk hunting. I'm just a redneck from Kentucky. Deer hunted my whole life, duck hunted. First time to come out west here in Wyoming with bugling winds outfitting, and I'm just telling you, it's been the adventure of a lifetime. Riding horses in, seeing so many bulls, so many different bulls. It's just been an incredible experience. I can't even talk right now. Thank you, God. Thank you.
After I saw that arrow hit the elk in the vital area, it was just a total release of emotion. I was just so excited because it's my first elk, my first time to shoot that kind of animal, and it was the most amazing feeling I've ever had. I can't even describe how happy I was to be there in that moment.
Okay, we just got up here and recovered our bull. We actually had to run a black bear and her cub off the bull. But I'll tell you what, this has been a trip of a lifetime. If you want an adventure hunt, Bugling Winds outfitting is the real deal. The food has been phenomenal. Every hunt I've been on bulls. I've had a chance on bigger bulls than this one even, but this one came in today, put on a show. It was awesome. I had to let down my draw twice on them, but it was an absolute awesome experience. I would highly recommend it. I'm just from Kentucky. We don't have animals like this that I get to hunt very often. This is my first time elk hunting, and it's been awesome.
From being from the East Coast, you know, we have land and we have farms and all that kind of stuff, but going to Wyoming was a completely different experience. The wilderness that I was hunting was the size of Rhode Island, so it's really nice and comforting to know that, you know, we as hunters contribute to putting aside land for future generations to use and for the animals to be able to live in their natural environment without being messed with all the time. It was an amazing place with just absolute beauty.